If you're experiencing in your leadership lack of clarity, you want better organizational skills, you want less stress and anxiety in your life, you are in the right place. I'm Living Balance with Rita, certified aroma freedom practitioner and essential oil specialist. And RJ and I are here because we want to share some tips and tricks that are going to help you with your leadership skills. We experience our clients, we feel like your clients have the same challenges that you probably have. So they're wanting more clarity, they're wanting better organizational skills, they're wanting to have less stress and anxiety in their life, they're wanting to improve their relationships, their communication skills with their clients and their team members. So I know that RJ has a lot of experience in strategizing. He is a developer and strategist in businesses. And I would love to ask you, RJ, what is one of the things that you would suggest to help a person with prioritizing their day?
Hi, Rita. How are you doing today? Thank you for inviting here. Uh, Basically, what I do is I work a lot with business owners, and business owners, one of the main issues that usually they have is lack of time. Time is a very interesting resource that a lot of people actually, they don't know how to manage time. So, but they do know how to manage money. So what I tell sometimes them, okay, if you know how to manage money, how about if you manage time as money? So basically, it's not easy. So you're going to do a budget for your time, basically, and you're going to start just prioritizing your things. So, and what also I do, usually I tell them, okay, do you know about the 80-20 rule? The 80-20 rule explains something very simple. 20% of your time, you are doing really 80% of the things that actually are giving you money. So the same thing applies in life or in your leadership role as well. So 20% of your time, you're actually doing things that are making your they're doing 80% of your productivity. So what about if you can actually identify those activities that actually you're doing that really are maximizing your productivity, and you're starting doing that more often, or you putting those in a budget. So, or in a time budget.
Yeah, I love that, RJ. I love the analogy of money and time and productivity and prioritizing. And, I have a different approach because we're, from different ends of businesses. And, my big thing, I hope everyone has downloaded my free guide because that's going to give you a jump start to creating a life where you can prioritize what's happening every single day for you. So my big thing is you have to take time for yourself. Okay, every single day you have to put yourself on your calendar, and even if it's just 5 minutes 3 times a day, you need to start out in the morning, get up a little bit early, get out in nature, go for a walk. Just let spirit, if you may, guide you in the process of your day. When you're quiet, you're in nature, you're doing some activity that you like. I use essential oils, obviously, and clarity is one of the ones that I really love because it does help with clarity. And then when you're quiet and you're using your breath, you can listen and you can relax, and then you can take a little note card. I like taking a note card and just writing 3 business intentions for the day and then 3 personal intentions so you don't get overwhelmed. And if you don't get them all done, it's perfectly fine. Just go to the next day. So there you go. So RJ, what about communication skills? I know that's really a challenge for leaderships and even in your personal life.
Well, really, yeah, communication skills is a challenge for a lot of people. And the thing is, people think that actually those are developing over time, usually communication skills. You have to master those kind of things. You have to start just doing like baby steps. You don't have actually to just to go from 0 to 100 in just 30 seconds. So I have ways actually to do those kind of things. Start practicing your communication skills. Start really always have what you have the goal in mind. Exactly. So what do you want to accomplish with that? And start from that. So instead of just going forward, go backwards with the goal in mind. What is the goal that you want? And start doing the other way around. So go from the goal, what you have to do before in order to accomplish that kind of things. And in order to have an efficient communication with your team, with your staff, with your clients. So what exactly do they want to hear? What is the way that actually they're going to hear you better? How can actually you communicate better to them? What are the words that actually you should use? Or what are the words that you should not use? Sometimes we are very used to acronyms. So like, okay, I am an RJ. So RJ is just 2 letters. So, or we can have, okay, we are doing an STP. What is an STP? We are doing an BAG. What is that? So not a lot of people actually know. So we have to improve our communication little by little and think on the receptor. Who is the receptor of our message?
Yeah. Words are so important. And that's something that a lot of people take lightly when people are always talking about mindset and, changing your words. But it's so true because when you think things and you start to use your words in not a way that's going to be engaging and productive and for your team, for anyone in your life, then your actions aren't going to be the way you really want them to be. So it's so
Mm-hmm.
important. I know, for myself, many years ago, I played that blame game, and I thought that everyone else was responsible for my success and happiness. And when you start to change your words and your thoughts, you realize it's you. You have to start with yourself, because when you can start with yourself, then you can communicate with your team and the people around you, because you're not blaming them. You're looking inside yourself to find out, like, why do I feel this way about this person? Maybe they need some compassion. Maybe they need a little bit more education. So um, it's really being mindful about your words and what you speak, and how you're looking at your life.
Definitely.
Yeah. So managing stress. That's a big thing. I love managing stress.
Okay. So I think stress is good in a certain way, but excess of stress is not good. That's basically the idea. So, and something that usually statistics tell us that actually out of an 8 hour of work, usually we really have effective work between 4 to 5 hours. So we cannot actually be working 8 hours because we need a lot of distress, in other words. So that's the idea. So how do you manage stress? If you have a to-do list, or if you start just doing things and you think that everything is in control, your stress level is going to go low. When you are thinking that there are a lot of things that you need to accomplish, this is my day is crazy, and you have the mental, like you are mentally already thinking in how stressful is all that. So you have to be better organized. That's why I suggest at the beginning a budget. The budget helps you a lot. You put everything there, and you put a to-do list day by day. So you can know, okay, I accomplished this, and you start with the small goals. You don't need to just to run the marathon the first day. The first day is like running a marathon, exactly the same thing. If you are not prepared, you prepare yourself little by little. You have a team, ask for help. You don't have to do it all. Know how to really delegate, or ask for help with people that are really, really experts in that thing that actually you need. Sometimes I give usually my business owners a very simple example. I want to put a Facebook advertisement there. But if I start learning how Facebook advertising works, it could be a month, 2 months, or 3 months until I really master that skill. But if I ask someone that they is doing that things every single day, they may do the Facebook advertising in a couple hours or maybe in a couple of minutes. So that's something different, and that's gonna take part of my stress out of the way.
Yeah.
Little by little, little things. Remember
Yeah.
that thing, little things, and start building upon.
Right. Yeah. And, just not getting overwhelmed with all the things, just like you said, baby steps. For me, I know I can get really overwhelmed quickly if I don't take those breaks. So I'm going to come back to breathing over and over again because breath work is free and it's something that anyone can do. You can be sitting in your car and you can just start to do conscious breathing. You can start to relax instead of getting all caught up of what you've got to do, in an hour from now, or all the traffic or whatever it is. You have to learn to take time for yourself because you only can be productive and creative and improve your communication skills and lower your stress and anxiety levels if you take time for yourself. And so I'm going to come back to breathing over and over again. And my free guide has 3 different breathing techniques. So I hope that you download it if you haven't already. Um, and that is a great way to lower your stress. And like, RJ said, you just have to prioritize those intentions that you have every day and just take one at a time, baby steps. And of course, I use Stress Away a lot in my life. It's a great oil, it's for emotional balance. So, um, I am wanting to know, how do you stay motivated? How do you tell your clients, RJ? Um, what suggestions, strategies, techniques do you tell them about staying motivated and excited about what they're doing?
The first thing that I usually tell them is love what you do, because that's important. It's extremely important because when you love what you do and when you really tap in your why, you have a big why to do things. Usually people start a business because, okay, I want to have a freedom of money, time, etc. Also because I want to have a legacy for my children. Also maybe because, okay, I'm starting a business because I love to do this kind of things and I want to make an impact to my community, or I want to help these kind of people. So tap always in your why, because it is important to have a big why, and the why has to be as big enough that really motivates you. Because if you have a why that you maybe, okay, if I do it fine, if I'm not doing okay, that's not going to motivate you at all. You have a why that is going to be bigger than yourself, that is going to be there. It's like, okay, it's like, if you can change the world, so that's going to be a big why. Yes, I want to change the world in this way, like this. Okay, that's a big why, and it's going to be very difficult to accomplish. But put small goals to them and start getting into the goals, because every time that you accomplish small goals, small steps, like baby steps, and you celebrate those, it's like, because it's important, the celebration give you a tap in your back, or just go with your team and just have, I don't know, maybe a glass of wine, whatever. It's an accomplish. You get it, you did it. That small things just start improving your confidence and start giving you the motivation that you're looking for.
Yeah.
That's basically what usually I tell my clients. Don't just push yourself, because you need to accomplish things. Maybe little things. Maybe just, okay, I have to call this provider and I have to get maybe a 5% discount. That's simple. Just you call and if you get it, okay, you just tell, wow, yes, I did it. So you make something that is great. That's going to keep you motivated.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and that's so true because, I've seen with my clients and, of course, we're coming from different backgrounds and, I work with a lot of emotional imbalances, but a lot of successful entrepreneurs really feel that they're not good enough, that they don't see, what it is that they're accomplishing in life, and
Mhm.
they just see what they're having trouble with. And the bigger picture is so much more joyous. So, we have to learn how to love ourselves even when we say
Mhm.
something that we wish we wouldn't, or we did something that we wish we wouldn't. So we have to love ourselves and honor ourselves and learn from it, and just, celebrate those good times. Don't take them, so lightly, and just celebrate with your team, your family, your friends, your life, with yourself, and just get really excited. So, I love that. Yeah. So this is a good one because I know for me,
I
I
know
have
we're
a,
going through these questions. Oh, I love
yeah,
these
I have
questions,
some
really.
questions here. And I know for me, interruptions happen quite often. So how do you tell your clients to deal with interruptions?
Okay. There's modern world today are changing a lot of things. Like imagine you are in a leadership role, and one of the first things that usually people tell you, okay, you need to have an open door policy. Okay, because that's usually a lot of people asking for an open door policy. And the problem is that if your team is there and is not respecting your time, because of course they're gonna be interrupting you every single time, every single hour, or every 10 minutes. And at the end of the day, you're gonna be feeling that you are not accomplished that. Speak with your team. Speak to your team, explain what you're gonna do. So explain what is gonna be your hours, put some hours, put some time from them, and tell them, okay, this is not like, if it's not an emergency, please don't bother me because I have also to do my work. It's like prioritizing things is so important because you don't want to have so many interruptions. Email or cell phone are also interruptions. So put your time. Okay, I'm going to answer my emails after 5 p.m. or between starting in the morning between 9 and 10. That's time of emails. Then I'm going to be productive for 2 3 hours, and then I'm going to go again through my emails at this time. Cell phones, put your cell phone in silence, put your cell phone away, cell phone, and be productive. There's ways to do it. Do not just be in easy interrupt, because you don't know, people are going to wait for you. You are not a firefighter that you're waiting for the next emergency. So think about that.
Yeah. Yeah. And, again, it goes back to communicating, communicating with your team, um, and just letting them know, what your intentions are and that this is really important to you. And I know for me, a lot of my clients, they'll go, oh, yeah, I was so proud of myself. I took 5 minutes, this morning to just, go out in nature and sit. And I had my phone and I did a reel, or, and it's like, no, that's not the point. When you're, your interruptions, you don't want to have your phone on, like you said. Leave it in the other room when you're working. And it'll be there, I promise you. And you just but sometimes I know for myself, and for a lot of women that I've talked to, and a lot of clients, they work at home, they work at their desk, and they may have interruptions throughout the day with things like, I know that my mom is 95 years old, so I'm always wanting my phone right by me, so if they need me, for any reason for her. But I've learned that I don't need to do that. I could take my phone, I can put it in the other room, and you know what? When I'm done in an hour, then I could look at my phone, and if someone needs me, then I can attend to it. And it's so important for all of the things that we've been talking about. It's so important to take breaks every 45 minutes or 60 minutes, stop, get up out of your desk, move around, even if it's for a minute or two. So, interruptions can get in your way, but you have to learn how to deal with them, and you have to learn that they're not so important because anything can wait.
Definitely.
Yeah. So, all right. I have one last question before we start to round up. So, what's your go-to strategy staying focused and being productive throughout your day?
That's a good one, really, because a lot of really business owners it's hard for doing that kind of things. So staying focused and being productive is hard sometimes, especially when you are a startup. If you are starting a business, or if you are new to a leadership role, you want to really get things done, and you want to get it all, and you want to really to be the next shining star or something like that. You are really concerned about that, but being focused is the tricky part. And I'm going to get in something that you already told us, Rita. That break when you want to be productive is so important. There are two ways usually that people likes to work. Or you do it at 25 minutes focus, and then you take a maybe 3 to 5 minutes break, or you do a 45 minutes and then take a 5 to 10 minutes break. Usually that's the best. That one of the two ways are the best ways to really to feel more productive. But you have to be in that time, you have to know exactly how you're going to be doing things and how you're going to be focused, because you don't want interruptions, you don't want nothing. That's your time to be productive. That's the first thing. Is this 25 minutes is too much time? Start with 15 minutes. Just try to be productive just for 15 minutes, and then take a break, and then another 15 minutes. Break the task, but put a goal in that task. Okay, after 15 minutes, I want to be, this has to be done. I don't know. I have to make, I don't know, maybe 3 phone calls. Okay, these 3 phone calls are going to take me 15 minutes. So after 15 minutes, I have those 3 phone calls has to be done. Simple task, simple goals. So little by little, and you start being productive and being focused, because those are the things that actually, and remember what I take at the beginning, the 80-20 rule. Try to those maximize when you feel more productive. Some of us are more productive on morning time, some of us maybe in the evening, some of them nighttime. When you really know yourself and start knowing yourself, when are you more productive, more creating, your mind is more, you have more clarity, because we have different moods during the day. So that's when you do those things. Just match the activity with your mood, and that's the tricky part.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah, I mean, it's so important. It just goes all back to really learning about ourselves, because self-care is so important and it's taken so lightly. And, when you learn to take those breaks, you're going to have so much more productivity. You're going to have so much more clarity. Your organizational skills are going to improve, and your life is going to just be more joyous. So again, I like the little index cards. I just write down 3 intentions, business and personal. And if I get them all done and I want to add another one, then, go for it. But take those breaks and just stay clear and enjoy what you're doing, love what you're doing. And if you don't, then sit back and think about what is it that you really want to do, and don't be afraid to take that step and start learning about something different if that's what you need to do. So, all right,
Awesome.
RJ, do you have anything else you want to add to this?
Well, the only thing that remember is just to do your homework and just download the guide that Rita is already sent us. Is really good exercises. And if you want to get in touch with me, my information is going to be in the comments or in these descriptions, and I will love really to chat with people. That's what I really do. I help them with the strategies and the ways to really accomplish things, because I think that having a goal and want to accomplish little things, baby steps, or small things that you actually can do in your business or with your or for other ones as well is I think is a great way to start doing things. And always do what you love.
Yeah,
I really
absolutely.
I think that's important. It's important to do love what you are you working. If you are not in a work in a place that actually you are not loving what you do, just find ways to love what you do or find it something else. So that's unfortunately it's like that. There are other people that actually like that kind of thing. Things in yourself first. Your priority is yourself, your family, they love you, they want you. I think that's your priority. And the other thing is, okay, keep going. Thank you,
Absolutely.
Rita.
Yeah, and I encourage you to get in touch with RJ because he is excellent at what he does. He's patient, he's smart, and he is really a giving, loving guy. So I appreciate it. And I want you to download my free guide because not only will you get these 3 different breathing techniques that you can incorporate into your life to give you better clarity and focus and creativity. And I want you to also know that I am doing a master class on April 6th. So once you download that guide, you'll have access to that master class. And I will also be doing an aroma boost session, which you'll have to learn more about in the master class. But I will send you complimentary essential oil samples so you can use these oils during this session. And my masterclass will touch on a lot of what we talked about here, going a little bit more in depth about smell and how we can rewrite our brain and so much more. So I'm so excited and thank you so much, RJ. This has been great.
Love it.
And I am going to say bye. See you next time.
Bye bye.